Niggas be posing up. Niggas dead ass be posing up on some. Yo, hold on. I gotta reset my camera. Niggas dead ass be posing up on some type shit like this, bro. Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today, we are reacting to Sunny V2. It's been a minute, my man. How one joke collapsed a popular YouTube podcast. I seen the thumbnail. It looked like I know funny shit, bro. No funny shit. I was looking at that. That nigga reminded me. The nigga on the right of the thumbnail reminded me of the nigga that said, he got M-worded by a nigga with Down syndrome.
When I was in when I was 9, I got molested by a guy with Down syndrome.
Don't laugh, Brandon.
I'm not.
On episode 351 of the Impulsive
Yes, I'm gonna just leave you with that.
Podcast, Bobby Lee made
him. I think it is him.
one single joke which completely wrecked the relationship between the three hosts, Logan, Mike, and
I think it is him.
George.
He's not coming back. Is he really mad? Is he really mad? Oh,
I know George.
Wait, what happened?
George.
He's not coming back. Is he really mad? Is he really mad? Oh,
I know George.
I think it is him, bro.
Oh, no.
I didn't do anything wrong.
For context, Logan and Mike created the podcast back in late
Impulsive.
2018, and
that a
it's
grilled
safe to
cheese
say
sandwich?
that
I want
these
a
two
grilled
have
cheese
always
sandwich.
had excellent chemistry.
Listen, bro. Listen, let's before we even like hop back into the video, let's talk about Logan's motherfucking character development, bro. He is a cool ass guy now. Besides scamming his fans, that was pretty fucked up, Logan. You a fucked up individual for that one, buddy. You didn't even apologize either. That's crazy. I swear to God, he cool.
Their personalities
too, buddy.
work well together.
You cool
They
too.
seem
I
to
ain't
be
gonna
pretty
forget you
good
now.
friends, and generally speaking, they exhibit
Yes,
a
I'm a
similar
dick rider.
level
I
of
don't care.
status. Keeping a
I fuck with
permanent
the nigga.
third host, on the other hand,
Now
has
I do.
proven
Before,
much more difficult. The first
was-
150 episodes featured a
was- I
third
guess I
host
was
named
everybody back then.
Spencer,
I can't
who
be mad.
eventually left the podcast to move to Hawaii, after which the role went to Logan's childhood friend Mac, who'd then also leave after getting into a fight with Mike over their difference in interests. On episode 200,
okay, buddy. Like this is I feel like this is a problem with niggas nowadays. If you're gonna make a podcast, bro, and you get like literally nothing is wrong with arguing over your differences on a podcast, bro. Like nothing's wrong. Like you just agree to disagree, you know, and still be homies at the end of the day. Why are you leaving the podcast because you don't agree with the nigga? That's dumb. That's childish. I don't know. That's childish as hell.
119 in September
Just literally just agree to
2020,
disagree.
the next and most recent third host was announced as George Janko.
Introducing the third co-host of Impulsive, my best friend.
Hey man,
George
listen,
Janko.
Logan. If you need a third host, you need at least one token black guy there, so I can like make the jokes and then you just laugh with me, you know, and then we cool. And then niggas not racist. I'm like, nah, I gave him the pass. He got the pass, bro. You know what I'm saying? Have me on there, bro. Have me on there, bro. I could talk. I could talk too. We could just talk about anything. I don't care. I'm cool too, Logan.
Who was certainly different to the previous two. George was introduced as a more emotional counterpart to Logan and Mike, as he had a reputation for wearing his heart on his sleeve, while Logan and Mike were almost the exact opposite. In addition to this, George was a devout Christian, with discussion about his own spirituality, adding another layer of contrast to what had previously been a non-religious show. Outside of Impulsive, George practiced the art of stand-up comedy, although it'd be through comedy that he'd eventually meet his ruin. One thing was glaringly obvious from George's very first appearance. He simply wasn't on the same level as Logan and Mike. Logan has succeeded with everything from vlogs to Prime, while Mike has overcome his own set of challenges and has proven himself as a fantastic interviewer who meshes well with almost every guest.
Books nowadays, bro, are just not him. I'd rather read I mean, I guess mangas are book, bro, but like the covers of books be so funny, bro. I don't know, just be like so corny. Niggas be posing up. Niggas dead ass be posing up on some. Yo, hold on. I gotta reset my camera. Niggas dead ass be posing up on some type shit like this, bro. Just for a fucking cover photo. Just for a cover photo on a fucking book, my nigga. Look at this shit. They be like. Be some dumbass shit like that, bro. But it's so fucking funny and fucking cringy as hell, bro. It's fucking hilarious.
Guest on the show.
Books are
George,
funny.
on the other hand, has always felt a little too much.
I don't read.
Well, just another guy who
That's a black joke
at the gym.
I'm funny.
Logan, I met him at a gym.
George never had the
Oh shit.
a chance to refine his interviewing skills to the same degree as Logan and Mike,
Dog,
which is
it's so hot in here. Why is it so hot?
only accentuated by his
Jesus
seating position
Christ.
to the right of the guest, making it much harder for George to engage in the conversation. The obvious imbalance between George, Logan, Mike, and usually the guest as well, leaves George with a needy personality and an overpowering desire for approval, leading to over-the-top questions and comments, often producing a clunky
I know that
experience.
nigga. I forgot
I
his
need
name.
to know more about you. Like, how did you figure out that like this entertainment world was your calling? Was it?
That's what I was gonna say.
Well, I said it, so.
But I was gonna say.
No, but I said it.
No, it's good. It's good.
I was already funnier than the kids around me, so I was
Wait,
like,
bragging/approval seeking kills vibe immediately.
I could tell the joke that they're gonna make fun of me, but even better. And I made it about myself. So I was like making fun of myself, like really self-deprecated myself.
Generally speaking, George's attitude wasn't severe enough to upset any of the guests. However, on episode 300...
See, sometimes you just gotta accept that's how a nigga is, though, bro. You kind of just gotta look past it. But if it's like well, yeah, I guess you just gotta look past it, bro. You just gotta accept that's who the nigga is, bro. Nigga's gonna do that. And Logan and fucking Mike clearly look past that shit, man. Because they don't care. They don't care.
146
Why
with
would they?
Shaquille O'Neal,
They're not
George
making a
was
big
slapped
deal
in
about
the
it.
face with a bit of a reality check. For the first 11 minutes of the podcast, George didn't say a single word, leading
Oh,
Shaq to
shit.
confront him.
This looks weird. I look so... I look so skinny, bro. Gotta zoom back in. Two. Now I think it's better. Now you look like you can see my face. Everything, bro. All right, let's get back into it. I'm getting distracted.
About his
Alright,
lack
only
of
2
input.
minutes in?
Hold on.
I'm
You
doing
ain't
too
gonna ask me a
much, bro.
question?
How long this video been going on for? 6 minutes, damn.
Oh, damn.
He waits. He likes to wait until he's got the
Bro,
perfect-
listen, man. I read the Bible a lot when they talk about David and Goliath. I've never seen a giant, and so like I'm literally just a little
You've
taken.
been sitting over here for 30 minutes and that's all you can freaking say? Fucking kidding me.
Now he's not gonna say
That's the
shit.
question. Jeez.
I'm just sitting. I
Are you
have
drunk?
I have one question. Is there
Okay,
any
thank you.
chance I could, for 2 seconds, put these up so I can hear what's going on?
Take them all. You don't have to ask
Why
the
you asking
producer.
Dylan?
Just take things off.
Okay.
After making the excuse that he couldn't hear due to his headphones, George sat quietly for another 11 minutes, after which he was scolded again.
What the fuck are you doing here? Ask a question. Jeez. He's your partner?
He's the newest.
You might want to give him his 2 week notice.
Yo, leave him
Ask the
alone,
question,
bro.
dude.
Honestly-
Jeez. You're just sitting here like a bobblehead going,
Yeah. Nah,
That's the
I'm
question.
Leave him alone, bro. He's doing his best.
so
Also, I'm a
sorry.
little
I
hungry
didn't
too.
want
I
to
gotta
interrupt you
eat.
because I
No, go
couldn't
ahead.
After
hear.
this
But
Go ahead.
last
It's
video
safe
I'm
to
gonna
say
react
that
to,
this
3
put a
videos
permanent dent in
going up.
George's-
I should probably pause. I'm talking over my boy Sonny, even though he's not my boy. I don't know that nigga personally.
confident.
3 videos going up. That's what I want to say.
He'd already joked about how difficult it was to be the third host in the past,
It's hard to be the third person on a podcast with,
wouldn't
with two
say.
very vocal main hosts.
and after the Shaquille O'Neal
Okay, I see what they're saying a little bit. It's kind of like having 3 friends, like having like a triangle friend group. Because then, if there's a duo, if there's 2 friends and they're a duo, and then for some reason another nigga comes in, you're gonna get left out a lot, bro. A lot.
episode,
Well, I
it was
feel like that's
obvious
not
that
what they're
George's
talking about, so.
confidence had fallen off a cliff.
And then recently, I've been just getting really nervous that I'm not doing well enough for the podcast anymore.
Only 5 episodes after Shaq roasted George, Bobby Lee would join the show for Impulsive 351, during which one single joke would send the show into turmoil. The episode began with Bobby taking a little jab at George by suggesting that Mike was cooler.
You have everything.
Cool friends.
So
You
this,
have cool friends like this guy? What about him? No.
Yet things became a little more contentious when George took it from fun to borderline aggressive.
some people just don't like sucking dick. Now turn around and know the wisdom I give you.
Whoa.
Before displaying more arrogance just a few minutes later.
How about you?
First of all, what's my name?
Sensing George's clear
Damn.
insecurity, Bobby began to roast George whenever he got the opportunity.
You have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Is that your girlfriend? Without fame, you wouldn't get that.
Although the ultimate roast
That's
would come
crazy.
after George went on a 2.5-minute monologue about the struggles he faced in his life.
And I don't mean this in a cocky way, but like, dude, this put me on a very strong map. And it made a lot of my avenues blow up.
2.5
So I'm
It's
very
like that's-
blessed, but I didn't know I was gonna be here. So
It's
for
like
me-
that's. You done?
Oh no,
At
no,
least-
no. It's so bad, bro. It's so bad. Like, you're telling your life story for 2.5 hours And then this nigga just says, "Are you done?" And then your two friends are laughing at you. Basically, they're not laughing with you; they're laughing at you. I would cry.
Long monologue.
He was just waiting.
That's it.
And let me just say something. I loved what you were saying. It was just very long.
That's usually me. That's usually.
But you know, I got what you're saying.
See,
and you
bro,
were-
like it's just like if you're laughing at his face, bro. He was literally telling his story, bro, and niggas laughing. I would cry, bro. That gotta hurt. I know that
really
hurt.
inspired me, George. Can I say something?
First of all, don't touch me.
Yeah.
Do not touch
my
me.
Bad, my bad. Yeah, we just need writers to edit that down. Like if we had a staff,
they're like laughing, like he's making jokes and they're laughing with him, bro. Like, what do you do? It's so bad, bro. It's so bad. Oh my god, it's
of
so
writers,
bad.
they'd be like, "Yeah, we'll cut that." But
I'm sorry.
essentially, it was a really good monologue.
Usually when I do my comedy, I don't have writers in the room. I actually write my own stuff.
Okay, I can tell.
But
That's bad. Okay, that was pretty fun. That was pretty fun.
But my
That was
point is,
For the rest of the podcast, George went into his own little world, except for when Bobby
yeah, he's. I want to say he's just thinking. He's in his mind, bro. He's overthinking.
got his attention just so he could roast him again.
all right, George.
so sad.
What I'm saying is that
better
when
when
you
I
were
was
talking, we were for that 30 minutes.
Eventually leading George to walk off the podcast, get in an Uber, and leave without saying goodbye.
Damn.
The episode received comments such as, "It's impossible to call yourself a comedian if you can't handle being slaughtered by other comedians, especially the Captain Bob himself."
That's
George tells
true.
everyone he's going to be the best comedian alive, but he can't take a joke from the legendary Bobby Lee. It's like a badge of honor. How does he think most comedians communicate with
I mean, that's true. Okay, I understand what they're coming from now. I see both sides now, you know. How you expect you to be called a comedian if you can't take jokes yourself. And shit like that, man. Which makes sense. I guess that is true. Like, how are you supposed to make niggas laugh if you can't even laugh at yourself? Yeah. Something like that. I see what
each
they're
other?
coming from.
I've always thought George thinks he's funnier than
If
he
you,
really
I feel
is.
like if you can't laugh at yourself, bro, then are you really funny? Like, I feel like that's literally the steps of being a comedian, bro. Like, if you truly can't make fun of yourself first before other niggas do, then you're not a comedian. You're not a comedian. You're not a comedian. You're not. You can't be a comedian. I don't care. Like, I'm not a comedian myself, bro. But like, if you can't, like, it just makes sense, right? Like, doesn't it make sense? Like, you can't, if you can't laugh at yourself first before other niggas do it to you, then you're not funny. How are you supposed to be funny if you can't make so? Like, literally, most comedians' jokes come from. Yeah, I feel like if you can't laugh at yourself, bro. Most comedians' jokes come from themselves. Usually, they usually come at themselves before they joke about anything else, I guess. But yeah, most comedians joke about themselves. I've seen it before. They'll like come for like their skin color or like their religion, even. Like, it just happens, bro. I don't know. That's just how I see it.
And when people roast him, he gets super butthurt like this generation.
Like this
Things
generation.
became
Okay, buddy. First of all, man, you just had to include this last part. You just had to include it for some odd reason.
super butthurt
Weird.
like this generation. Things became worse for George after this video by Jamari
Wannabe
gained well
comedian
over
walks
1
off
million
podcast over a
views,
joke.
leading
Damn.
George to address the criticism in the following episode of Impulsive by arrogantly stating that he
Did you lie?
enjoyed all the hatred.
I love that people were just commenting and getting so steamed. It made me realize, like, oh, I really don't care. I want it. I want to be in their heads more. Like, I like it.
Love how George is trying to act like he's not heard about this.
Okay, I don't know. Nobody would know if he's lying or not. Like, if that's actually how he feels. But like, if he was, bro, then I feel like niggas should be real about it. Nothing wrong with being real about it. You know, saying that, oh yeah, what he said hurt me. Yeah, I feel like nothing wrong with it.
When he had to leave the pod because Bobby Lee, out of all people, almost made him cry. Dude is a clown. A week after George responded, Logan appeared on Bobby Lee's
Listen,
podcast.
George, you gonna let fucking YouTube user Kale Banth 8323 tell you how the fuck you should feel, man? Me personally, bro, I wouldn't take that. I wouldn't take that.
Appeared on Bobby Lee's podcast, Tiger Belly, where Bobby took a moment to talk about George's behavior.
What he did was unprofessional.
Yeah.
I was a guest.
Yeah.
He walked out on a guest.
Yeah.
If this guy right here walked out on a guest, he would be reprimanded.
Before roasting him yet again.
If you had walked out, right, it would have been like, oh, it's over.
Becoming most
yeah,
obvious
sorry,
when
man, I
they
was
get into an
offended.
almost
I'm not
hour-long
gonna kill
argument,
myself.
only 5 episodes after the Bobby Lee podcast.
Wait,
I
huh?
know people that
Wait, huh?
hate me that
hour-long argument only 5 episodes after the
Wait,
becoming
what?
most obvious when they get into an almost hour-long argument only 5 episodes after the Bobby Lee podcast.
I know people that hate me, that treat me better about my faith than you, and you're my best friend. One that really hurt me is you told me I need a therapist because I believe in Jesus. That one hurt me.
No, I didn't. I said you need a therapist because Jesus isn't quite doing it for you.
No,
which is
Okay, wow, Logan. Okay, he was cool, man, but like coming for a nigga, or I guess some beliefs, it's kind of crazy. Like I can't like what I mean. I don't know. Like he's not really coming for it, but like.
No,
which is true.
No, you didn't. I don't want to stand down. No, you didn't. What do I need a therapist for then?
Jesus isn't doing it for you, and I
what
believe
do I need a therapist for?
I don't believe you're as emotionally mature as you could be.
I'm not emotionally intelligent. Could you pick a time and frame any day of our life?
Here's one. 3 weeks ago when you were sitting in that chair, you stormed off this exact podcast because you were upset about something a comedian said.
Logan did apologize in their very next episode together.
My attitude towards you on that episode and
my God, here we go, bro.
was not appropriate at all.
However, George seemed to realize that his days on Impulsive were numbered, as he'd create his own podcast before clickbaiting the first episode with the title, Why George Janko is Not on Impulsive, implying that he'd left the group. George used the video to explain that this hadn't.
So Logan, when you want me as a third person, man, come on, let's talk things out. Let's make it work, bro. I think I could be on there, you know, like talk about some things, you know. I mean, I'm like a gamer though, you know. So like, do y'all talk about games on there? I don't watch y'all podcasts, like I'll be honest. But like after, like if y'all let me on, I promise I'll like one view will go up. That's a lot to our motherfucker, bro.
Hadn't really happened.
Obviously, I'm still on Impulsive, guys. For any of you guys that are like,
Consider it, please.
oh, their beef situation, and now he's starting his own like lane.
Even going so far as to say their relationship was as good as ever.
Me, Logan, and Mike are in a perfect place.
Yet it was obvious that this clickbait video had annoyed Logan.
I'm just doing this for a couple weeks so then I could leave and clickbait that why I left Impulsive.
That's good. It's a good strategy.
That'll crush.
It's been done. It's been done many times, and it works.
By who? Oh.
Well, you can make a real living for yourself, you know? We've seen the model.
Resulting in more and more uncomfortable moments on the podcast.
Like what?
You don't give a shit about this show anymore. Let's be honest.
Jake? Oh
It's
no.
like
Why am I
bands
surprised?
that
This is
hate
brother.
each other that have to
shit.
get on stage every night and play for the
What happened?
audience of this show anymore. Let's be honest. It's like bands that hate each other that have to get on stage every night and play for the audience. Like, yo, let's do our hit song. We don't like it. We have to sit
That's
here
not
and
true.
pretend
That's
to
not
be
true. I
friends.
like Mike. George,
Well, he's about to
You
redeem
don't
it.
say.
He's about to.
Only 3 episodes after comparing themselves to a band forced to play together, George disappeared from the show with
See, like, bro, if you're not enjoying it, bro, just leave, bro. Please.
without warning, leading fans to speculate on whether or not he'd been booted. Mike refused to elaborate on the situation when asked by Aiden Ross.
Why is Georgie not on Impulsive anymore? Is that like you don't answer that?
George is cool though. I like him.
Although only 1 month later on an episode of Jeff FM with Mike and Tanner Mojo, Tanner accidentally said this.
We are the new Impulsive. I'm sorry.
We are. It's fun.
Y'all are having like a rebrand, like George is leaving. Like, this is it.
At around the same point in time, George unfollowed both Logan and Mike on Instagram, which was followed by Impulsive changing their profile picture from this to this, as well as their banner from this to this. All of this had happened silently with no input from the hosts. However, on the 26th of April 2023, George posted to Twitter, "I wasn't going to talk, but now I am," implying that some pretty heavy stuff had gone down behind the scenes. Replies on the post encouraged George to keep the drama
Just keep this stuff between you guys, man. We don't
private. Yet on the 31st of May, approximately 1 month later, another tweet was made.
I feel like when niggas aren't heard, bro, they're gonna say shit like this regardless. You know? That's just how I feel.
To the Impulsive fans, I'm so sorry I can't speak about things, not my
that was
choice.
2 months ago.
I do love you guys, and for those of you sending me the clip of them talking shit, it's all love. I've already moved on from that toxic environment, confirming that he was no longer on the podcast. The post received replies slamming George such as, "Mate, you sat there not speaking for 90% of the time. What are we missing? Your silence?" To which he'd respond by stating, "You think I wanted to be quiet, ha ha ha." Yet this kind of statement is representative of why he's unsuitable for the podcast. He cares way too much about how other people view him. If you're the type of person who gets defensive and feels like you always have to—
Yeah, bro, like if you care about a nigga's opinion on you, then you're not ready for a podcast. So I'm glad he left. Maybe he should just stay away from that, you know?
be in the right, you're probably better suited to a Facebook comment section.
That's why I think I should be on the podcast, Logan. Like, come on, man. Like, token black guy?
And not a career on.
Think about it.
on YouTube.
I give you like a week. Like a week.
Despite this, George has seen some success with the George Janko show, yet Logan hasn't been able to resist roasting George's low view count.
I love this outlet, and it exists because people watch. And without people watching, I just have a show like
Since then, George has stated that he simply wants to distance himself from Mike and Logan.
I'm at a point right now where I want distance from both of them. I don't want anything to do with it, and I just move on.
Which seems to be the best possible outcome for everybody involved.
I mean, yeah, I feel like it could have ended differently.
Hey.
Oh, y'all weren't supposed to see that yet. Hey, man, if you like the video, though, bro, like, comment, subscribe, bro. Like, I need some subs, man. I'm grinding, bro. Please, bro. Please. Where's the fucking record button to end it now, bro?